I wanted to talk to you a little bit about Turandot, who she is and who she is not. I've sang so many times this role, and every production has a different twist and different idea of who that character is. Well, let me share with you what I think and how I like to portray her, although I do have fun portraying all the other ideas also. She's not a person that we can probably all agree that very often we can't figure out why we don't sympathize with that bloodthirsty head-chopping of icy cold princess. That's because she is not a human. She is a force, like gravity. You probably wouldn't blame gravity for pulling you down, like holding you tight to some cosmic mass like planet, or in this case planet Earth. You wouldn't, right? So why would you blame Turandot for what she's doing? If you fall in love with her or with it, and you keep wanting it, even though you are warned she doesn't exist, she's just an illusion, she's no good, you will lose your life, you will keep losing your life, your head, and you still do it, well, think again. Beautiful blueberries. Who is she? She's a force. Why we don't sympathize with her? Because she's not a human. She's allegory. Think about it. If we would take literally every single story out there, whether that's a folklore, myth, even stories from spiritual texts, from operas, especially from Wagner's operas, heavily based on folklore, would we really understand them? No. Because they are not supposed to be representation of humans. They're supposed to be allegories, representations of phenomenons, forces, big events, cosmic events. So let's just face this problem as it is. She's not a human. let's just be done with it. She doesn't cut off heads for fun. What is the allegory of cutting heads? That's something that I'm not sure if I should talk about, but maybe I should. I have to think about it. But not that I have answers to everything. I would just want to point that symbolism in opera is something that we can all agree that it's very much alive, and it takes place just like in visual arts, in paintings. Symbolism is something that if you understand, you can read the painting and what the author meant very, very beautifully and easily. But this is a big knowledge that one acquires for many, many years of studying and drawing your own conclusions. Again, if you ask me who she is, I tell you she doesn't exist. And if she does, she's not a human, she's a force. Why Calaf wins her over, why he keeps living, and why he doesn't lose his head? Because he knew her world, he knew the rules, he figured out what language she is speaking. She's speaking very convoluted language, almost like, actually literally it's called riddles, but who else, if you think about it, who else spoke in riddles in the history that we know of, or allegories, so-called? That's right, Jesus Christ. So what does it mean? He always said, whoever has ears, let him hear. Whoever understands, in other words, what I'm saying, please read between the lines. And he spoke in allegories because sometimes it's so difficult to speak of big things to people who are not specifically trained to understand those allegories. That telling stories is the only way. That's why we are so drawn to operas, because they speak of universal truths, then sometimes we just need a key to understand. But if we don't have that key, we just should enjoy it as it is, because it does speak to us on subconscious level. Under skin, we understand, even though we don't know exactly today what it means, but perhaps in the future we will. And that's why it's so important to keep coming to the theaters for that secret knowledge of what the outer meant and what this life is all about. So important. Yeah, that's what I wanted to share with you. Another thing is that I'm so lucky. I'm just pure luck. That's luck. That my voice is meant to portray the roles which are heavily symbolistic. They are not really only women in love or women in trouble or bad women or mean women or women who want to be revengeful because of something. Fortunately, I get to perform also the most meaningful stories that speak to our subconscious minds, and we all get to decide what it means to us. And whatever you interpret it to be, that's it. That you found the truth for yourself at the moment. And the truth has so many layers that you can keep peeling and enjoying the cake. It's just perfect design. The more divine design, the more complex and the more layers it has, and the more you can discover it for yourself. So write in the comments, what do you think that Turandot is? If she would be an allegory, or if she would be a woman, and if she symbolizes anything, what that would be. Mind you, read the original text by the medieval Sufi called Nizami, who wrote this story down. We don't know, did he invent it, did he hear it in the land of Turan, close to Iran? We don't know that. We only know that it was heavily mutilated by the comedy writer and added many things that were not originally there. So people are actually confused, and that's why they don't understand her. However, write and tell me, let me know, what do you think she means, she is, and she represents. Hugs and kisses from beautiful lakes of Savonlinna.